Oh, it's Biggie. It's Big Nicky. What's up, everybody? Welcome. Thursday Night Throwdown, Episode 4, New York Jets Draft Debate, featuring the one, the only, the fantastic Dom C. We are going to debate O-line or no O-line at number 10. So stick around. We will be back as soon as my dumb ass finds the video. Right after this.
And now, welcome to Pride and Chaos.
Welcome to the darkest year of our adventures. Oh, yeah!
And now, give it up for Jeremy and Nick.
Now you scared me.
And as usual, Nick is wrong.
Why are you the way that you are? God, I can't stand you.
Let's go to eat a damn snack.
Whoa, that was cool.
That's a pretty cool intro. Shout out to producer JR. Shout out to my crippled friend, Jeremiah, man of Israeli background, man of Brooklyn Brothers Food Review, man of wanted posters in restaurants all throughout the world for not being allowed, thinking every place is a free buffet, telling people that he gets to eat for free because he's a food critic, walking out on his tab. Guy's a menace anywhere he goes. But you know that. Enough about that human anchor that brings me down. Let's say what's up to everybody in the chat. Mess is tonight's winner. Welcome, brother. Oh, I'm a little excited with the fingers. I'm double clicking already. Alon's here. What's up? I thought the book. Oh, why? Hey, I was trying to get over that. I had a cigar. I went outside. I played the Stained Pandora station. The little somber music kind of bring me down. I'm going to get into that. That's my opening rant right after I say hello to you guys. Harlan, what's up, brother? What's up? Yes, listen to Harlan. Harlan has wisdom. Speaking of someone with wisdom, Mr. Matthias Simon, welcome, my good friend. Yeah, that's a nice pickup. That's something that is a better two for them than Gabe Davis was. And now you get that other kid, that rookie last year, Shakir, I think it was, and Kincaid. I just need a quarterback who can complete a pass after Martin Luther King Day in middle of January, and they might have something. Wild Wave, what's up? He went to Canada. Blame Canada. It's not even a real country anyway. Name the movie. Name that movie. Noobcraft is here. Good Lordy. For those of you who like to live life on the edge, like to be rebellious, like to take chances and risks, make sure you stick around for hour 2 because Mr. Knob will join us on air. Who else we got here? Snowball's here. What's up, brother man? Mr. McAteer's in the house. Green bean. You guys read it for yourself. That word. This word. I'm not saying it again. I already said it. It's Ganucci. I don't know if that's true. Don't quote me. Don't listen to me. Raul Havana is here. What's up, brother? Yeah, I know. The opening rant's coming. It's coming. That's what she said. Yeah, me and Dom C. Dom C is adamant about a tackle at 10, and you guys know my stance. I reached out to him. He's going to be on in a few minutes, and we're going to go at it. We're gonna debate. That's gonna be the throwdown tonight. The throwdown challenge. To tackle or not to tackle? That is the question. Yes, mess. South Park what? Johnny, you got the power. No, it's not Team America World Police. It's South Park Bigger and Uncut, their first movie. Raw Powers here. What's up, bro? David D is here. All right. Tonight's opening rant is brought to you by Angry Nick. Angry Nick doesn't come out very often. Angry Nick is a bad guy. Angry Nick says some shit that he regrets. You guys don't know Angry Nick very well. There's stories that you've heard. There's stories I've told you. There's images you've conjured up in your brain. Hold on. I'm going on a rant here. Here's this week's rant. The New York Jets really couldn't spend 3 years, $24 million to get me Curtis Samuel. You better come up with something bigger. You better come up with something better. You better come up with something that makes me get on this show in this seat, in this empty stadium, and say these words. Okay? I overreacted. I was wrong. I don't say that very much. I want to say it about the wide receiver position. I don't want Corey Davis. I don't want Alan Lazard. I don't want... Yeah, I know. It's that my stomach turns when I say his name. I don't want those guys. I want guys who are quick, who are elusive, who can get open within 3 steps. I want guys that, if AR for VP doesn't happen and he's actually just AR the QB, I want him to be able to throw to guys, quick slants, beat the corners, beat the linebackers, beat a safety, and have yards after the catch. I feel like Corey Davis is the big, slow 8th grader that you could just throw it up and he's 6 foot tall and everyone else in his class is 5 feet tall. I don't want that. I want guys that can shake and bake and move and cut and zig and zag and make guys miss and make guys fall down and take it 15, 20 extra yards. That's what we need. That's what I want. I want to be wrong. Get me somebody that excites me. And now, this rant is closed. I've cut it short because somebody who aggravates the shit out of me is here. What's up, brother? How are you feeling?
I'm okay. I had a nice dinner and now I'm icing my leg. So, I can't really complain. I think it's actually working. So
that's what she said. Do we have to ice your ass? Because every time you've been live, I know you got your leg up. How are you doing this from your phone?
I'm trying to figure out how to do it. Oh, did I just do that? It
Oh,
worked?
I didn't type it. That wasn't me. Very good. It works. It works.
All I know is, what this is so funny. Do you know what just almost happened? And you're gonna kill me when I tell you what just almost happened.
What?
There's a little red button that said end, and I thought that meant like end the banner. And when I went to hit it, it said end stream.
Oh, come on.
I almost ended the stream.
Again. Add the word again, asshole. Add the word again. Add the word again. Jeremy is oddly sexy. Odd is the key word. Odd is the key word. Like this angle, when looking down at him, I feel for like mistresses of the night who have to just get in a position like this and look down at some schlub like this paying $200 for 5 minutes of play.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I feel like the way you're holding the camera, that we're like on top of you looking downward.
Okay, BJ.
Wait, hold on.
Okay, be
There.
gentle.
Be
gentle.
Yeah. Give us your sexy voice. Do it for Green Bean. Give us your sexy voice.
Hi. I'm here for you. Take me.
Oh, words. Jeremy doing his best to Sean Watson impersonation tonight. I apologize to anybody who has young children around still. So, how's New York going? I got a guest coming in a few minutes. How's New York aside from Legageddon? Do you feel? Let me ask you a serious question. Do you feel that all of your jokes about my toe and the infection that I went through is kind of like, hey, maybe I shouldn't have made 6,000 goddamn jokes about his toe because now my shin hurts. Breaking news. The Chicago Bears have traded for Keenan Allen per Jay Glazer, a 4th rounder, and the Bears get Keenan Allen.
But they get his salary
with DJ Moore. Yeah, but they got it. They can rework that deal.
He's like, yeah, but he's like, dude, 23 million or something.
Dude, I would keep Fields. I know we're a Jet show, but I would keep Fields. No, AJ Osborne, Gary Scott, guys, welcome. If you're new here, please subscribe, and if you're coming back, CS, I see you also. Yeah, I would keep Fields. And there was a story that came out last week that said the Bears have been offered the largest haul we would ever see for the number 1 pick. How do you like if you wanted to get rid of and go with a new quarterback? Why wouldn't you fire Eberflus? You fired everyone else on the staff. You kept the head coach, an offensive-minded head coach. Why would you do that? And get rid of Fields. Like if you want a new slate, worst thing to do is bring in Caleb Williams. He has a bad year, and now you put him in a new system in year 2. What we did with Sam. It's the worst way to manage a young quarterback.
This is exactly what Green Bean wanted to do with Bryce Huff. You see, you want an example of what Green Bean was upset about was the Chargers, instead of releasing Keenan Allen and getting nothing, found a team that will pay him that full contract because they have the salary cap. And that's what Green Bean wanted to do with Huff by franchising him. Franchise him and find a team that has room and the cap space that they're willing to trade something. And that was so this is a prime example of what Green Bean wanted to do.
Yeah, it's it's everywhere now. Jake Glazer reported it first. Everyone's dropping it.
And this means the Bears, what are they going to do at 9? Now they're going to take a freaking tackle.
I've said that. I said that they should. Oh, Gary, thank you. I just got an alert that you subscribed to the I got an alert that you subscribed to the channel. Look at him, Green Bean. He's on the couch. He feels like he's with a mistress of the night, and here he is just talking about you. Yeah, it's I mean, that's the type of guy I think would have been perfect next to Garrett. It would have been great if I just went on my Curtis Samuel rant and we pulled that shit off, right? And like 6 minutes later, they made me eat my words and they made a big move.
Hey, Nick, who are we having as a guest on the show?
Who are we? Obviously, the sofa that is drenched in your ass sweat. I would love to. And you know what? Damn you, Jay Glazer, because I was getting to the guilt trip on Jeremy, and you took that moment away from me. You evil. Get a life, Jay Glazer.
No, I'll actually get out of here. I know you have a guest or something you want to do.
No, hang out. It's Dom. Dom's coming in.
Oh, okay.
On the Thursday night throwdown, I know you've been traveling the world and being all artsy fartsy and shit, just eating different pizzas. But, you know, the Throwdown is a show where we debate a topic. And I thought it'd be cool to debate with Dom about with the moves that we made this week. Do you still think we have to take the tackle at 10, or do you think it goes to other positions?
Look, if we get somebody who could play left tackle in free agency or a trade that we feel as confidently as we do about, I think, the 4 that we have in place right now, we free ourselves up to think about it. if we go into the draft the way we are right now, I don't know how you get out of having to take a left tackle that's plug and play. I mean, there's only two that could play left tackle that we know of for sure. And, so I don't, maybe three, maybe Fontenot. So I think you have to, I mean, there is the option of moving AVT to left tackle and then just needing an internal offensive lineman. So that option is there as well. But for me to be convinced we're not going to take a tackle in this draft with number 10, we're going to have to fill that left tackle slot with somebody we have some confidence in.
Yeah. It's I think it goes without saying now that the Chargers are probably all in at wide receiver at 5, right? Like Neighbors should fall right into their lap. And then you got Neighbors and Quentin Johnson, 2 young wide receivers to come up with Herbert. I can't see them taking a lineman now, right? Like you got it. I know that the draft is wide receiver rich, but you pass on a guy like Neighbors because Johnson hasn't shown he's like number 1 guy. He's shown that he's got some things he can do.
Yeah.
Adam Schefter, hang on. Schefter's saying exactly what I just said. And now the Chargers always consider selecting receiver with the 5th overall pick.
The Chargers are definitely going receiver, but the downside of that is the Bears are definitely going tackle. So I mean, you can look at it any way you want, but like we still have somebody in front of us that's probably tackle.
Yeah.
And Giants are a wild card because the Giants could take a weapon, they could take a tackle, or they could take a new quarterback. We don't know what they're going to do. If I was the GM of the Giants, no way I'm not taking a quarterback in this year's draft. I mean, Danny Dimes is not the answer. If I'm the GM of the Giants, I'm taking whether it's Jaden Daniels or JJ McCarthy, give me a new quarterback, please.
Did you see the report that somebody else was in on Drew Lock? Connor Hughes retweeted it earlier, and he just retweeted the word OH, and it said that the reason Drew Lock wanted the Giants is because he would get a shot at starting. Like Daniel Jones, you just paid $40 million a year. Like, are you cutting him after June 1st?
I don't know what they're going to do, man. But look, he's definitely not the guy. And this is the year to draft a quarterback if one of them is there. You have 4 quarterbacks who legitimately, there's no way to, quarterback is always like never a guarantee. But you got 4 quarterbacks who definitely have a ceiling of franchise quarterback. And maybe even because people could argue Penix. There's other guys you can even argue after that. But there's no question about it, man. Whether it's, Caleb Williams, whether it's Drake May, whether it's Jaden Daniels, or whether it's JJ McCarthy. These are 4 quarterbacks in 5 years from now. Maybe all of them, maybe 2 of them. But some of these guys are going to be franchise quarterbacks. And it's important to know exactly. This is the time to take a shot if you're the New York Giants.
Yeah. Here's the tweet. It's from Dan Duggan. Dan Duggan is the Giants writer for The Athletic. Basically, they're Zach Rosenblatt. It says Seahawks GM John Schneider said on Seattle radio show that he wanted to keep Drew Lock, but the Giants basically sold him on the opportunity to compete to be the starter. Schneider said that Lock views this situation with the Giants as possibly being similar to Baker Mayfield in Tampa last year. I don't know. Did Brian Daboll think, okay, I can do more with Locke as a passer than I could with Daniel Jones? It's interesting.
I don't know, man. Drew Lock is like...
I know. But Baker Mayfield was the same exact... Right?
Yeah, it's kind of... it might be... It might be a 3-way competition. I mean, you might, if you draft somebody, it's nice to be able to sit him for a year, but maybe there's no reason to. Like if it was a Jaden, if it was one of those guys that they drafted, maybe it is worth letting them compete, right? And just giving, let them all fight for the job. But year two,
Scott, they gave up a 4. They gave up a 4.
Wow.
And DJ Moore just tweeted the 3 times, like the wide smile. Jeremy, we're gonna go to Farmer and Deli and get a chopped sub when we're in New York.
There's no question, man. Do you know there's this place? You go into this place, Nick. They'll chop up like a chopped cheeseburger, like the chopped cheese sandwich. They'll do any sandwich you want chopped. Plus, you could grab any bag of snack in the store, like barbecue potato chips, whatever you want to grab. You throw it to them behind the counter, and they chop that in too.
Nice. I'm sure you'll have fun with that.
Yeah. I got to work that out with Green Bean, like where he's going to be, because I haven't decided where I'm going to stay, and I want to make it convenient, but that we can hang out.
Oh, for the draft, right? New York?
Yeah.
How are you controlling the show from your phone? Do you have like a StreamYard app?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
The real answer is I'm a Jew.
Fuck. I forgot. You guys control everything. Wait a minute. How did you turn my lights off? Fuck the Jets. Keenan Allen should be with us. I want to cry a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, it's all right. Let's discuss some of the free agent options while we're waiting for our guest. There he is. Right. Well, that was a great conversation. We got to do that more often. Any closing comments?
Hey, the next guest is a guy that I'm going to have lunch with tomorrow, I think.
Oh, nice. So the Bears offseason additions so far are Gerald Everett at tight end, DeAndre Swift at running back, Keenan Allen at wide receiver. It's nice. All right, let's bring in tonight's guest. Hang out for a few. Let's bring in tonight's guest. You know him. You love him. He takes his head out of his draft manual every so often to appear on the interwebs. And we are blessed tonight to have with us and Jeremy, who decided to get in uniform and not tell me that we're wearing blue shirts. What's going on? What is this? You guys have some uniform going on?
It's purple. It's purple. Get it right.
All right. Well, it looks kind of blue with your lighting. I'm sorry.
Hang on. I'm
colorblind. Stop picking on me.
Trying to see something here. Bear with me 1 second. Hey guys. Hey chat. How's everyone doing? I am.
What are you looking up? What are you working on? I know you want to. I could see the look in your eyes. You're compiling data to bring us some information.
I am.
Hey! This has got to stop. Did I miss the one about me? I go on your show and I talk about the great beards that we have, and now everyone is oddly. Oh, maybe I'm just naturally sexy, and these two are oddly sexy. I take it back. I take my rant back. Nicky Shine, my son, coming in. Breaking news from Nick. Keenan Allen to the Bears, everybody. Thanks, Nick. I'll go to bed. It's late. You go to school in the morning.
Get me 1 second. I don't know why this is not working. Because everyone and their mother is flooding over the cap. The site's down. I want to see
about Sport Track. Is that the other one?
Sport Track.
No, there's no R in it, right? Isn't it SPOT? Sport Track, like sport.
Sport Track. You're right. Yes, it is.
You would think it's Sport Track. It's not.
Yeah, but that's not working either. Do I have an internet issue? Am I? No, I'm not lagging or nothing.
Hold on. Let's try over.
Let me try on my phone.
Yeah, it's you, man. I'm cooking on there. Fine. What do you want to know? I'm on there.
Hang on, I got it.
They haven't moved them over yet. They haven't moved them over yet.
We couldn't have done that deal for Keenan Allen because we can't pay him $23 million.
That's what I want to look at. I want to look at his contract. Yeah, he's gone already. Teams, let's go to the Bears.
Spot Rack? There's only one T in it. Green Bean? SPOTRAC. There's only one T. Are you saying the T is used to end a word and begin another? I don't know what that's called. Oh no, he was talking off air. He was having a discussion. You're talking with Nick again? Yes. Just give me a few minutes, please.
I'm trying to. I want to look at Keenan Allen's contract, but I can't find it.
I guess neither could Joe Douglas.
Afram from Canarsie. What's up, buddy?
Yeah. Anyhow, yeah, Keenan Allen, $18.1 million contract. Rumor is that he didn't want to take a pay cut. Maybe we were in the cards, maybe we weren't, but it doesn't matter anyway because he's gone and not a Jet.
Yeah.
Maybe we get Michael Williams.
Maybe.
$73 of you here hanging out, tying my personal high. I'm on air. I'm on air. Just put those 5 boxes down over there, please.
Jeremy, you look like the neighbor from Home Improvement because you're only about there. There we go.
Oh,
there we
like
go.
this.
Yeah.
Jerry, put the phone back over your head again real quick.
Hey there, neighbor. What can I do for you?
Heidi ho, neighbor. Now you look like Danny DeVito when Michael Keaton as Batman throws him off the end and he's dying. You look like you're falling as the Penguin.
All right.
Hello, big news.
I wasn't. I mean, listen. Truth be told, I wasn't like truly vested in Keenan Allen personally. But any receiver would have been nice. A receiver would have been nice.
Yeah.
I know everyone's kind of clutching on, with bated breath for Cortland Sutton, but I don't think he's getting moved.
No, they said they didn't want to trade him.
Yeah.
Somebody tweeted today, I think it was a Denver writer, and said that the Broncos were in on Alan Lazard last year before he obviously signed with the Jets. So that might be like a landing spot. All right. New landing spot. Hollywood Brown is with Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City, per Adam Schefter.
Wow.
1 year deal with the Chiefs.
It's the best way he could revitalize his career.
So this has big, like that, the Keenan Allen trade to Chicago, I think has big draft ramifications for us.
Yeah, they're taking a tackle now.
Chicago could clearly take a tackle.
Or they could go QB the end.
Yeah, I mean, they could. You're right. You're not wrong on that. But I just don't think that, with the receivers there now, DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, didn't they just get somebody else? Who else did they just get? Chat, help me out.
Sweat, Gerald Everett, the tight end. They
No,
got Swift, the running back.
I thought they signed another wide receiver.
See, they could still use
No, they lost Mooney to Atlanta.
They could still use a young wide receiver, though, arguably, right?
Yeah, they could. However, yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it, man.
Zach Rosenblatt tweeting right now, the wide receiver market's drying up. The Jets were not interested in Marquise Brown.
Oh.
Who are we interested in? It's got 78 people here. New personal high. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, a little action here. Maybe now the Jets go for Boyd. Gotta get something. I mean, this is the perfect segue to get into our draft possibilities and get into our discussion.
Hang on 1 second, Nick. Now
Yeah,
I'm
go ahead,
thinking
man.
now I'm thinking about something. Let me see.
Go ahead, brother. We all get a look inside the madman, the mad scientist of the Jets draft and the Jets offseason, Dom C at work.
My phones are going off.
I'm sure.
I'm at war. Not really, not at war, but I'm having a very good
heated
not heated, but a very good conversation about Jordan Morgan with a couple other guys. That's all.
Nice.
So my
Good.
phone.
I
just
want to
keeps
thank
blowing
everyone
off.
for hanging out, man. This is awesome. If you're new to the channel here, please subscribe. If you have subscribed, it's your first time here. I'm seeing some new names in the chat. Thank you very much, man. That means a lot to me. Please don't let Jeremy's looks deter you.
Jordan Morgan. If you don't need someone to play this year, fine prospect.
Yeah.
Well, the conversation I'm having with others is I think he's a good player. I'm not knocking that. Not crazy about his handwork. You know, his punches are a little uneven. They're low. They're outside. You know, not very skilled there. The problem is, he's got sub 33-inch arms. He's a guard, man. He's a guard. He's very athletic. I love the way he moves. You put him in the right scheme, zone blocking scheme. Let him get outside and move in space, and that's it. I just don't think he's a tackle. He's like very similar in respect to AVT. I think that, be a better guard who can play tackle if you need to in a pinch, but I think his best days will probably be inside. So that's that's the discussion I'm having with others.
Okay.
Guys, I got to run. So take care of yourself. I will not end the stream. Don't worry.
Feel better, pal. 79 people.
I'll see you tomorrow, Dom.
Go watch it on YouTube and be at
12
80.
o'clock, man. 12 o'clock.
Yep.
So this Keenan Allen move has big draft ramifications for us. I think it clearly puts another team that could go tackle in our way in the Bears. There's other needs, and you're right, Nick, that they could go Caleb at 1, and they could go defense at 9. But if you're drafting Caleb Williams number 1 overall, you probably want to do something to support him. Not like Mike McCagnon, who drafts Sam Darnold and then uses the next 4 picks on defensive players. So I could see that, and if it's Oluf Shanu or Joe Walt, whichever one Tennessee passes up at 7, they can move Braxton Jones inside. Call it a day, man.
Yeah. T. Rivera, thank you with the super chat. Guys, I want Mike Williams. Let's go. I'll be honest, Mike Williams' injuries the last 2 years scare me. Like, anybody who has any sort of injury history scares me. Anyone with any sort of health history who's never been injured also scares me. Basically, everyone scares me if we're discussing injuries. Guys, I want to thank everybody. I'm 5 subs away from 600. So if you're here, you're hanging out, your first time, I hope you're going to have fun. The Thursday Night Throwdown is a show where I bring on another content creator, and we have a spirited, fun debate back and forth. Dom, as the guest, I will let you go first.
Okay. What's the topic?
OT or no OT at 10?
It's still easy for me, man. I mean, listen.
That's why I chose you for this debate, my friend. Go ahead. You have 3 minutes.
Well, let me first say this, is that I don't necessarily think it has to be at 10. I would absolutely entertain a trade down in the right scenario, but to me, there's no situation or no formula or conglomerate of moves that can be made still that will move me off a tackle at 10. Okay, so we've just traded for Morgan Moses, which was a fine trade. I like it. Hope the bill of health is clean, because I know that Harbaugh was saying something, that he has an injured shoulder, this, that, and the other thing. But he is 33, and he is in the last year of his deal. The left tackle position is still wide open. Now, everyone's waiting to with bated breath if it's Tyron Smith. Maybe. I think a lot of people have settled on the fact that it's going to be Bakhtiari. Both guys well into their 30s, 33 and 34, 32 and 33, if I'm not mistaken. Both are not or cannot or haven't seen a full season in, upwards to 5 years. So even if you told me it was one of those two and another lower level guy, I know he signed, so I'm not saying him, but like a George Fant level type guy as well. To me, it doesn't make sense to not bring in a tackle. I'm not on board with the idea that, whoever you take at 10 has to come in and start, in a situation like if we sign Tyron Smith, that, if history repeats itself as it has over the past few years, he's not going to be on the field the entire year. So you can bring somebody in and you can kind of work them in. And at worst case scenario, you have your 33-year-old and your 34-year-old tackle not under contract next year. Now this guy's ready to step in and play. So to me, there's no free agent possibility, barring trade, which you're not going to trade for a starting left tackle more than likely. For me, there's no situation that I can wrap my head around that doesn't say tackle in the first round.
With 26 seconds to spare. That's why you're a legend.
That's right.
All right. Here's my take. I've been very adamant.
Hold on 1 second.
News?
Solly Thomas re-signed.
Nice. I didn't see that. Can he play wide receiver? Can he catch a slant? Yeah, U Stadium's reporting it. All right, that should pop up any minute. All right. So I hear your point, and you make a lot of sense with why you should take it. Now, I'm going to counter. You know from being on shows with me, from the chat that we're in, I have said from the beginning, if we get 3 starting caliber offensive linemen, we don't need to take the tackle at 10. I think it would be a huge disservice for Joe Douglas to go into the draft with the entire NFL knowing that team needs that position. You already see some movement going around where the Chargers make a move. Now the Bears make a move. There's a good chance that 2 tackles are going to be gone. Do we learn from the Becton scenario where we sit and wait and just take the tackle that falls to us and we take the 3rd tackle? It didn't work out well for us. We got the worst of the 4, right? So I'm comfortable hoping that somebody looks at the Raiders with Minshew and O'Connell, with the Broncos and with the Vikings, and says, we got to jump that team. We got to jump all of those teams to get QB4. And I think the best case scenario for the New York Jets is QB4, whether it's McCarthy, Penix, whoever you have, whoever those teams have. None of those teams jump, and somebody jumps them. And now we can trade back, acquire a second. We still have 2 4s with acquiring Moses. My favorite scenario is, say we fall anywhere from 14 to 19. We pick up a 2, whatever. People overpay for a quarterback. Maybe we're the beneficiary of that. Now, take the best player available. And I find it very hard to believe in a draft with all these offensive players going high that the New York Jets, with Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh and the scheme that we run, are not going to have somebody like a Verse, Latu. I think Turner will be gone to Atlanta. A Murphy, a Newton. I think D tackle is a little less likely if Solomon Thomas just got signed and we have the other guys that we brought in. We still have JFM. You have one of those edge guys there that in a regular year without all this top-heavy offensive talent are going in the top 10. You could slide back and get somebody like that. And now you have the 2 and the 4, and you could trade up and get somebody like Morgan, Patrick Paul, Graham Barton, if he's there, somebody with versatility. You know how much Joe Douglas loves a guy like that. I think we're better off long-term with 2 of those guys instead of just staying there and taking a tackle who might not even start with 4 seconds to spare.
Yeah.
Give me your rebuttal on that.
So my rebuttal is more so a question. So you said if you brought in 3 quality starting tackles,
Who's the third?
Who are your tackles? Period. Like, like.
Well, right now you
what?
got Morgan Moses on the right.
Okay. Well, yeah, Morgan Moses. Okay.
Moses, I think we all agree is
Okay.
although our friend Tigo had AVT written in pen, Sharpie, in stone. 11th commandment was AVT at RT. We've heard it for months. Morgan Moses is going to be your right tackle.
Okay.
You got Simpson and Vera Tucker at guards, and then you
Okay.
got Titman at center.
Okay.
I think the worst kept secret in free agency is that Bakhtiari at some point is going to be here.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying we don't need to take that tackle at 10. But if we maneuver, even if we got to give away a 2025 second round pick to then move up and get one of these tackles, a Tyler Guyton, somebody like that, as our second first round pick or a high day 2 pick, you don't have to play him right away. We know with our line, someone's going to get hurt. We still have a premium player, but we added at another position as well. And we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
So your plan is then it's not necessarily just take 10 and take the best skill position player at 10, but your plan is take the skill position player at 10 and then maneuver somehow to get a tackle.
I'm big on moving down. I know we need a buyer, right? Hold on. Connor Hughes I dug on this name earlier. The Jets like Deontay Johnson, weren't involved. Allen has a base salary of $18 million for this season. Likely why. Jets looking for more bargain buys.
So
Examples,
it's $18 million plus a $5 million bonus that hits on the 5th day of the season. So it's really $23.1 million.
And all that's a cap hit, right? That $5 million adds to the cap.
Yep.
Okay.
All for a 34-year-old wide receiver in the last year of his contract. Now, no disrespect to Keenan Allen, we haven't seen stats like he puts up, so on and so forth. I'm not saying it's not worth a 4th rounder, but I could see why it, in the situation we're in with only $12 million of cap space right here, that you probably couldn't get it done. Whether or not they were interested, I can't say, but if you're looking at the straight, salary aspect of it, like I do understand that. So, but yeah, so to your question, you want to move down, take a skill position guy first, and then
somehow maneuver the draft to do what Ozzie Newsome used to do, right?
Yeah.
Take the best guy you have, and then if there's somebody else that you like, that's when you get aggressive with your second.
So let me rebuttal that then.
Okay.
All right, because as I said, I would be open to a trade down, but I'm still taking the tackle first. All right, and here's why.
Okay.
There's the second tier of tackles, however you have them rated. I'm just gonna say for myself,
Yeah.
the
who's your second tier? Who's your tier 1, and then
so I mean, well, for me, it's probably tier 3. Tier 1, I have Alt. I think he's probably the best. The highest floor might not have the highest ceiling of this guy's, but you think that he can come in and go right away. My second tier is Olufashanu and JC Latham. My third tier is Fuaga and probably Mims in that same tier. So, but let's just say Fuaga, the first 4 are gone. Okay. So my next set of tackles would be guys like Mims, would be guys like Tyler Guyton. Okay. So I think getting one of those who can play, who have left tackle and right tackle flexibility, paired up, if we're going to move all around, if we're going to move all around the draft, Ozzie Newsome style, paired up with a second round wide receiver, I think the value is better. After the Tyler Guytons, to me, I think that there's and Troy Fontenot as well. I guess you got to include him also. He'd be in that same tier with Mims and whatnot. So after that tier, the tackle, there's a precipitous drop in guys. There's projects. There's projects like Patrick Paul. There's projects like Sua Matea from BYU. Where there's not, in the second round, you could still get in the third round, you can still get yourself a good viable wide receiver. You can get yourself a Roman Wilson, you can get yourself a Ricky Pearsall, you can get yourself a Xavier Leggett, you can get yourself a Xavier Worthy, you can get yourself an AD Mitchell. And I'm just shooting, maybe they won't all be there, but you get what I'm saying. I just think that value-wise, it's better to take the higher tackle and the first round tackle and the second round wide receiver than vice versa.
Okay. All right. That's fair. That's fair. We got the sauce. Got your alert that you subscribed to the channel. Thank you, bro. We appreciate you for hanging out, joining in the chat, and watching with us, man. I am currently 3 people away from 600. Nice little milestone. So if you're new here and you're in the chat and you're having fun and you're appreciating Dom and you're having a good time with the wild cast of characters that are in the chat, do your boy a favor and subscribe to the channel. Give you a shout out when your name comes up. 80 people. New personal high, Dominic. It's all because of you, bro. I'm just here. I'm going to let you give an acceptance speech.
I win? Well, listen. I mean, all this transaction stuff that's happening now, it's kind of got my mind going a bunch of different ways.
600. Thank you,
Hey,
everybody. Thank you.
All this transaction stuff has my mind going a bunch of different ways, but
right?
Yeah, there has to be something in the works that we don't know about. At least that's what I'm going to hang my hopes on, is that there's something happening that we don't work about, that we don't know about, that's going on. I mean, I know Tyler Boyd's still available. He's a nice, I guess,
consolation
prize.
prize.
Yeah, consolation prize, exactly. So he's okay, better than what we have.
The bell of the ball, but he's the girl you go home with at the end of the night, right?
For sure. But that's not a guarantee either. And I know that Courtland Sutton's a big hot name, and I would love Courtland Sutton, but it doesn't seem like Denver wants to move on from him.
Yeah.
So there's got to be something. There's
you
just
would have already, right? You would have. Like, it doesn't. If you move Judy, you were getting calls for Sutton. You probably got them before you moved Judy.
Yeah.
Thank you, DJ Mar the Ghost.
There's just something going on.
And for those who don't see it already, got the Biggie shirt on tonight. Greatest of all time, in my opinion.
Yeah. So,
but Sutton, to me, I thought Denver, if they're gonna move him, they would have moved them before the new year, and they would have opened up that money, right? And they would have allowed them to.
Well, I mean, after they have tons of money, actually. To be, if we're being fair, somehow, even though they're taking a huge dead cap hit this year. Let's see, 2024 dead cap. Where are they? Well, that's not right. That only says 14 million, and I know that's not right. Yeah, so they somehow have more cap space than us, a lot more cap space than us. They have $26.8 million in cap space, and only 14 million dead. Maybe they did they declare Russell Wilson post June 1st cut, because that way they would be able to.
They did, right?
Yeah, so that's why they only have 14 million in cap space, but they have 26. He's still on their books.
Still on their roster?
No, he's a Pittsburgh Steeler. They're paying him $37 million to play for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but if that's not wouldn't that be dead money then? Wouldn't that 37 be dead?
Not if they declared him a post June 1st cut, because they can split that over a couple years.
But I thought if you're declared June 1st, you couldn't be released until June 1st. How can he be a Steeler if that hasn't? How can you be on 2 teams at once, basically, right?
Oh no, I get what you're saying. Let's see what it is. Hang on one second. I'm gonna look at it right now.
No, Noah. Lockett just reworked his deal to stay in Seattle. That was a guy I wanted 2 years ago.
Yeah, they split it between. He has to be designated a post June 1st cut, so maybe his money's still on the books until June 1st, and then it becomes dead.
All right, that's what Dane's saying. It's not dead until June.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess they just have to account for that money and leave it there, because then that June 1st it rolls over.
Yeah, whatever
Crazy.
it was, whatever the dead cap hit was, gets split between 2024 and 2025.
All right.
So it's all. I mean, they have the money available. They got to do something, man. That is Denver. But I mean, what are you going to do? You can't go in there with no weapons, right? God, I wish Cortland Sutton was available. This night has made me
Antsy,
anxious.
right?
Yeah, very anxious. There's
It
got to be
totally derailed our debate. Like we're
Yeah,
you can
no,
tell
there's-
neither one of us is like focused on it right now.
there's
All right,
got
we'll change the debate. Who's the receiver?
there's got to be something in the works, man. I don't know what it is, but there's got to be something in the works. It's the only thing I can hang my hopes on. You can't go into the season with the same wide receiver core that you had. You just can't. Like, I know that you have to fix the offensive line, and I get that as well, but I mean, this is just as bad.
I'm going to ask the question. If you think I'm stupid,
Oh, well, I know you're
Right.
stupid, but ask it
All right.
anyway.
okay, it's fair. It's a good take. Do you think that the rumors, like, I don't want to get into the politic talk. I take my little jabs here and there, but I think it's worth bringing up. Do we think that the potential rumors of RFK next week announcing Rodgers as a potential VP candidate has wide receivers questioning, do I want to go to the Jets?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't. Not at all.
But if you're a receiver, you got to be like, all right, you're offering me this contract. Who's the quarterback going to be? Because it's out there. It's not a rumor. It's been said. There's news clip videos of it. His name is mentioned.
To me, it's a big nothing burger.
Okay.
It really is. I don't see any reason to even consider it. The reality is that if he was, even if it was something to be entertained, he would have. That process starts now. You know what I mean? Then he's not just going to back out of the season, so on and so forth. Like, and even if it was the case, you know, because everything, and again, I'm not trying to defend or deflect, but everything I read is that, and the chat can correct me if I'm wrong, that RFK was interested in him. It's not that necessarily that he was, he was interested in the role as well.
Yeah.
But I still think it's a whole nothing burger. I'm not even going to
I've worded
entertain
it this way. You know, my channel's open. We say whatever here.
Yeah.
I've worded it this way. I have a list of women that I would like to sleep with. It doesn't mean that they're interested in me.
Yeah.
Right? I have my list. It's like, okay, Heather Locklear. Yeah, I don't care if she's 70. Heather Locklear has always been at the top of my list since I was like 8 years old and I got my first one. Demi Moore, still there. Elizabeth Hurley, still there. That doesn't mean they know me. That doesn't mean they want me. Maybe this is the same thing. We know that Aaron Rodgers is a lightning rod. You mention his name, you're getting talked about on different platforms. And maybe it's just a promotion, right? Yeah. Jesse Ventura, another name. You get mentioned in different areas and different podcasts than you normally been talked about. So maybe it's just his way of doing a little self-promotion.
Yeah, I'm not going to concern myself with that.
But Woody Johnson's rant would be epic if it goes through.
Right?
Woody would go to Trump and be like, make me your VP. Let me debate this son of a bitch.
Yeah. And Hollywood Brown got $11 million. Good for him.
Yeah. 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 He's and it's a 1-year deal. So he can go in there, maximize his value, and then cash in. Stay
playing
there
with
and cash in.
Playing with the best quarterback in the world. Why not?
It's I feel like Mahomes is just like Jordan winning with like different point guards and centers like Luke Longley. He's like, all right, that's who you want to start. All right. Bill Cartwright. All right. We'll get him a ring. Will Purdue. All right. We'll get him a ring. Let's just go there and get a ring. God damn. Why can't we be like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywho,
Jerome,
man.
I said yesterday, I think you were here, or I said in the afternoon, that Rogers already has attached himself to one loser. Why would he join RFK and choose the second loser?
It's fair. That's
So-
funny. Oh man.
I need to introduce. So where are you turning? Boyd's got to be an option. Give me your options. Give me off the top of your head. I'm throwing it out there. This is unplanned. Give me on the fly. Give me your top 3-4 guys, trade, free agency, that you think we could get an alert about joining us, not somebody else.
I mean, obviously Tyler Boyd is the name that everyone's kind of talking about. Listen, I mean, this might be unrealistic, but I would love a way for them to figure out something trade package wise to go get Ayuk, even if it's like a pick swap in the first round and throw them something else. You know,
Okay.
again, probably more dream than anything else. You know, mathematically it works. You know, if you wanted to say we'll give you 10 and you know, a pick next year or something like that, 10 and a 3 that could turn into a 2 next year for Ayuk and 31, that would be ideal. However, then you got to pay Ayuk a long contract with Garrett Wilson coming up in the next couple of years. So there's a bunch of moving balls. So I don't know, free agent wise, I don't know. You know, we could be in the market for the, you know, Isaiah Hodgins and the DJ Charks of the world, which don't excite me whatsoever.
Doesn't excite anyone, right?
Yeah. You know, Mike Williams, I don't know. I don't know if he's, you know, who knows if he can even stay healthy. You know, I think the name Mike Williams is probably more interesting than the idea of the player. So there's so much, there's so many moving balls in the air right now, but I'm just looking at our wide receiver depth and it's gross. You know, Garrett Wilson, Jason Brownlee, Xavier Gibson, Alan Lazard, Irv Charles, and Malik Taylor. It's freaking disgusting.
You're not buying Super Bowl tickets in New Orleans yet?
It's freaking disgusting. So there's
It
that.
is. We need more. We've been blessed. I don't even want to say it. That position has not been injury plagued at the top.
We still
What the
need
hell
another.
are we
We still need another safety in the room. We still probably
need a backup running back.
You need another running back. You still need 1 to 2 more tackles. You still need Christ. You might need another edge to rotate in. You know, outside of you know, for Huff's role, a third. You know, a pass rush. You know, situational pass rush guy.
The numbers I saw today, Jet Superfan, and thanks for hanging out, is 3.63.
I'll tell you right now, if we trade him before June 1st,
we would get a cap relief, I think, of 3.63, and then have to take the hit of
8.7 hit dead cap for cap relief of 3.4.
Okay.
If we trade him before June 1st, if he's traded after June 1st, that goes to a dead cap hit of 2, and you free up $10 million.
Late
You
trade.
know who I don't want to see here, and I might be in the minority here. Keep OBJ away.
100%. I don't want it. I don't want, and I'll take the bullet on this one. I'll say it. I don't want the guy in the New York market again, because when he was in the New York market, he was insufferable.
Mm-hmm.
He went to Cleveland. It was a lower market, even though he got national attention. I don't want him doing Jamal Adams. I don't want him self-promoting. I don't want him making it about him. I don't want it. I don't.
Yeah.
Even if you give him $4 or $5 million, I don't want it. Somebody brought up a list of names. Where did it go? Armand, I think it was. Thanks, buddy. Boyd.
KJ Osborne is interesting. KJ Osborne is interesting for sure. But But again, is he? He's more of a wide receiver 3. And if you look at it, the only guy on here that they're probably at this stage in the career, I wouldn't say OBJ is a good second option. On the Jets he would be, but I'd probably say those guys are all wide receiver 3s in the grand scheme of things. So you better go.
I mean, the first two I'm okay with, but I need more than them. The others, terrifying.
Yeah, you better go get yourself a wide receiver in the draft.
Yeah, I think Julian Edelman's made a nice play more recently than Hunter Renfrow has.
Yeah.
So Renfrow, I can't. MVS, I can't. We already got a former guy from Green Bay who drops everything.
Renfro's in to see Dallas tomorrow, I believe. So he could be an answer there.
Okay.
So
yeah, well, obviously you like the second option with your last name, AJ. Is this you? Is this KJ Osborne here live in the chat with us now? Yeah, and it's the first time Hawk has ever said these. No, BJ. Hawk, I like that you're turning a new leaf here on this channel. You're resisting temptation, funny. Brother. So, yeah, it's that went nuts. Those two wide receiver moves right there, and it's where are we, Dom? Where are we financially now? All these guys are getting processed today. We should be right around the same that we were coming into the day before CJ redid his deal, right?
Well, over the cap is not updated with the CJ restructure. So as it stands before that, we're at 12 million.
And you got
11.99625 to be honest.
So we have nothing. Because you got to keep 9 million open for the rookie class, right?
Oh, this doesn't include the CJ restructure, and it also doesn't include the other guys that we added. The tackle. It doesn't include. Does it include Kinlaw? Well, yeah, no. Over the cap. Oh, yeah, it includes Kinlaw, but not the. Who's the guy? The guy we got from Arizona, Nick. Can't think of his name.
Fotu. Lockheed Fotu?
Yeah. So it doesn't include Fotu. And we're at 12 million, but that's before the CJ Mosley. CJ Mosley restructure got us about another 10. So say 22 minus Fotu and minus Fotu and the 2 offensive linemen that we signed. So, yeah, we're not in great shape. Not in great shape, guys. Looks ugly.
Yeah,
something's got to happen.
Out of the blue, right? We need it. We need that out of the blue move. We need that.
Something's got to happen. Something's got to give here. So
let me ask you this.
I got to run.
Right.
I got to run. I love you.
Love
Chat,
you,
you're the best. Give this guy all the support in the world, man. We'll talk soon. We'll talk this weekend.
You got it, man.
All right, man.
Have a good night, pal. Great, Dom C. For those of you who haven't already, you're missing out. Go over to Project Prospect with Dom C. Check out Dom's channel. You want to get all the video breakdowns. You want to get all the information that he has stored in his beautiful mind about players coming out 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th round, 7th round, undrafted options. He's breaking it all down. He does a great job over there, and he deserves all the love. So as much as you guys have overwhelmed me, pushing me over the 600 mark tonight when I was at 551 on Sunday, and now I'm at 603, go show him that same love after the show here tonight. We can. I got a couple before I get to this. Just one of everyone new to the channel, Dano, who is here, came up with an idea, and his idea was the Super Chat Challenge. What is a Super Chat Challenge, you ask? Well, we're going to have 2 of the winners on here shortly, an hour or 2. Whoever gives the last Super Chat of the evening on the show wins a future spot on air. So it's a fun game that everyone's been having as the clock winds down. Everybody starts throwing in super chats to try to beat one another. There's times where I'm playing the close-in video and I'm about to go off air and another one pops in. So thank you again to T Rivera, new to the show here tonight with the super chat. But back to business. Yeah. DJ Reed, JFM. Not that I want to, but those are guys. Quinnen can do what Mahomes is doing. He can restructure it and open up 9 million. JFM can open up like 9. We can get another 30 million between Reed, JFM, and Quinnen. I'm still a little surprised. I think before this season starts, Quincy Williams is restructured and given a raise. He signed a deal last year. He went all-pro. When the last sip gets cold, it's awful. It's so bad when it gets cold. So there are some names. If some moves happen, if they need to get a big name in here, if somebody becomes available that we don't expect, a trade needs to happen, I'll just throw the name out there. I don't think it happens. But T. Higgins, if you need money to open up quickly, I think they've gone to Reed. I think they've gone to JFM. I think they've gone to Quinnen and said, if we need to make moves to add to this team, this is what we'd like to do for you. I also think part of the organization wants JFM and Reed's contracts to expire. It's 31 million, 16.7 for JFM, and I think 15.3 for Reed. But Sauce is up for an extension after this season. Carter's due an extension. I think it's easier to replace Reed than it is to find someone to replace Carter. So as much as we love Reed and he's a culture fit, I don't know if you can have 25 million for Sauce, 8 million for Carter, and then another 13 to 15 for Reed again. I don't think you can have that much money tied up at cornerback. You know, especially after what we saw in the Philly game with Craig James and Bryce Hall, who had a visit with Denver today, I believe. So it's interesting. Scott, if you're ready, man, you can hop in anytime. But right now, T. Rivera, stay. Tigo actually got a tattoo on his body that says AVT and then the @ symbol, RT. It's right on his forearm. It's right on the forearm. Hey, my man, Boba Jet. What's up, Pedro? Not sure, but a player can't restructure until after 1 year of the signing date of the current contract. Quinnen signed his deal last summer. I believe you're right. So that was June, July, right? That was in between. That was before training camp. You're right. But JFM and Reed certainly can. So maybe if we need some late money, Quinnen can do it. Good point, though. Thank you for the super chat, man. I appreciate you hanging out. Love the mask. Love the mask. I got to get with you at a game this year, and we got to take a picture. I got to meet up with you. But thank you, man. I appreciate that. And right now, you are in the lead for a future appearance on the show. AJ Osborne. Does he? Do you want to extend that? I mean, if he's willing to do what Mosley just did and take that $16 million and move it down to a 2-year, $18 million deal, okay, I'll do that. But I need it to be a pay cut. I need it to be, Knob, I got your text. Give me a few. Scott's going to pop in. And then when he's talking and I'm not solo, I'll shoot you your invite as well. So, Scott, if you're ready, brother, let's go, man. Make your debut. The people are waiting for you. 76 people in the chat. waiting to hear Scott Foster, not just read his words. I sent you the email. It's from Enshine. Click that, click the link, and just follow the steps in the link to join StreamYard. Or Dane, call him and walk him through it. Walk him through the link and how to set everything up, if you don't mind, buddy. You're a producer in training. But yeah, Boba, thank you so much for the super chat, man. That means a lot to me. I'm small potatoes here, but you guys hanging out, almost 80 people in the chat hanging out tonight. That's freaking fantastic. Yeah. Listen, you play with Mahomes, you're a receiver. You're gonna succeed, right? Like, that's a guy who can get open in space. That's a guy who you can put the ball in his hands and he can make something happen. That's the team I want to be. That's the team that I want to be. That's what I want. I want my team to be a team where everyone says, I'll take less money and go there 1 year. Get a ring. That's all. Here we go. Are you ready? Give me a thumbs up. All right, ladies and gentlemen in the chat. It's mostly gentlemen. It's a sausage party here. Who are we kidding? He's won one of the super chat challenges, and he's cashing in his green chip tonight, his Plinko chip, if you will, and coming on air for the first time. Be kind to him. Don't scare him off. Mr. Scott Foster, what's up, buddy?
I'm hearing two of you.
Close any apps that you have with the audio open. Only have this open. If you have YouTube open anywhere, close that.
Oh, shit.
Most women have dreamt about a night with like that, having two of me. Yeah, Owen, he's going to be... Yeah, that's going to be exciting. That's what they wanted Sky Moore to be. That's what they wanted Kadarius Toney to be. Somebody with that speed who can actually make plays. How you doing now? You good over there?
All right. How's that? I think I'm good.
All right. Okay. So it's your first time here. First time on air. Welcome. Thank you for all your support.
You're my first, Nick.
Ah, thank you. I feel so sweet. So let me ask you. Give us your Jet fan story. Give us how long you've been a fan, what made you a fan, and leave out the how much you regret it part.
I was not born a Jets fan. My father is a retired college football coach. And,
oh, yeah? For where?
Yeah. Well, we'll get into that here.
Okay.
In 1983, he was at UC. Well, before longer than that, and then after, but he was at UC Davis. And who was the Jets' #1 draft pick? Kenny O'Brien.
Kenny O'Brien, right?
Yeah. So that's when I started rooting for the Jets. And then there's been other people coming through, and the latest is Aaron Rodgers. So he recruited Aaron Rodgers when he was at Cal, and actually discovered he could even go to school there because he was in tight with the coach at Butte Junior College. And my dad asked him, why isn't this kid getting any offers? And the coach said, no one knows he can transfer. He was some weird rule, like he'd had so many units or some damn thing. And
okay.
So Cal went after him, and the rest was history.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, and then there's ties to some bad words in Jets land, like the Hackett's and that sort of thing. So I won't really get into that. Although Paul Hackett, they won games and went to the playoffs when he was around. Anyway.
Yeah, the king of the screen pass and the draw on 3rd and 7, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
hey, it worked.
Those were rough times. Yeah, it worked there. Chad, it worked well with Chad, obviously. but some of the play calling infuriated us. Can't see the chat, so tell him about the last. It is what it is. He's all right. It's okay. I'm hearing him okay. Are you guys hearing him all right? Some questions coming in from the chat. Oh, Johnny's showing some support, saying Nick is about to get 100 more subscribers now that you're here.
There you go.
And Dane with a question: who is hotter, Hazel or Jenna Jameson?
Hazel, of course.
Yeah, Dave, thank you. Thank you, Hank. Thank you, Mo. So, all right. I'm going to ask, who's your guy? Who's left that you're looking at this team saying, we need to go get that guy? What position, if you don't have a guy in particular, what position he's saying we need to improve here?
To me, it's been Davante Adams all along, and I haven't written that off yet.
Okay. All right.
It's a no-brainer. Just, he hits the ground running with Rodgers. There is no learning each other. And what a great influence on Wilson. I mean, teaching him some of what he knows.
Yeah, that would be wild.
Yeah.
I think we've all thought that since last year.
Yeah.
When Garrett Wilson announced, I'm going from 17 to 5 next season. Because for those that don't know, Garrett Wilson's going to number 5 this season, which opens up number 17 for us, which is Davante Adams' number. And it's been a year in the making. So a lot of people believe that's why. Go ahead.
And the Raiders, they're more than Davante Adams from really being a contender, and it would make sense for them to try to recoup some value for him, especially with a team like the Jets who could really use him.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, who knows? There's been some crazy tweets with Jermaine Johnson and DJ Reed, both with like the eye emojis and DJ Reed being grateful. So who knows what it's going to be? But we know these guys in the social media era, as soon as they know something, they tweet they know something. They got to let everybody know that they know something that we don't know.
Yeah.
So how about favorite moment as a Jet fan? Has there been one?
You know what? I loved watching O'Brien beat Marino every time, especially that 51-45 game, whenever it was, hitting Wesley Walker.
I think that was October 13th, 85. That was my first Jet game. That game made me a Jet fan.
Serious? Oh,
my
man.
grandfather took me. We sat in the last row. And the crazy part of that is we were in section 324 in the last row in 1985 or 86. I always forget if it's 85 or 86. I think it's 85. And 15 years later in the 2000 season, I got season tickets with my cousin, some other people, and our seats were section 324 in the last row. Just coincidence on where it was available. 86. Oh, Big Rush, you gave me both. Which one is it? 86. Thank you. I always forget if I was 7 or 8. I was born in 78. Big Rush, if you were new here, please subscribe. Hope you're having fun. If you have already, thank you and welcome back.
I did make a Jets game in 86. Unfortunately, it was in San Francisco. So
that probably didn't go well back then.
No, I think it was 28-10 or something. But the Jets
that's better than I expected.
Yeah. So that
was that one of the last 5 games? Because didn't we start 10-1 in 86 and then we lost the last 5?
It was definitely part of the losing streak. Yeah. where exactly it fell in it, I don't recall. But yeah, I was there with about 3 other Jets fans getting harassed by 49er fans.
Nice. Oh, Johnny, maybe that was the day that your parents looked at each other and said, we need to make our own little JJ. If you were born in 87, maybe October 86 was the night that sparked it all up in the Jimenez house. Let's see what the chat's saying. A couple of members, the guys from the Ring On are all happy to see you making your debut. Sharp Instincts says Hackett and Herm Edwards got a game-winning turnover in OT in the playoffs and then run up the middle 3 times, lost about 6 yards, and then missed the field goal. Conservative calls killed us. Are you talking 2004 when he had Chad Pennington take a knee and then Doug Bryan hit the crossbar on the field goal? You never take a knee. You do like a dive into the A gap. I think he took a knee, lost a yard, and we hit the goddamn crossbar on one of Doug Bryan's field goal. Missed 2 field goals in that game. I get heartburn thinking about it. Oh, Dane, thank you. Dane coming in with a super chat. More annoying, Johnny or Elon? I'll give this to you. Who's more annoying, Johnny or Elon? Love, Ring of Honor, entrance policy.
No comment.
Well played. He's a diplomat, ladies and gentlemen. Why are we trying to divide the chat, Dane?
I wonder how Johnny likes that answer.
He's gonna roast you in the chat, that's for sure.
I would expect it.
What we got? Oh yeah, Doug Bryan upsets me. If you saw me last night on With the Wheel with Adam Y2K, any mention of Doug Bryan makes my skin crawl. So, what else, man? What are you looking forward to? What have you liked so far in free agency? What haven't you liked?
I like improvements on the offensive line for sure, and I'm looking forward to the season. The one good thing about Rodgers getting hurt was it really allowed the Jets to see the weaknesses.
It exposed the flaws, right?
Absolutely, and he might have hid that stuff to an extent. He would have for sure, because they probably would have won 3 or 4 more games and made the playoffs, and they would have continued with what they were doing. But it's obvious what they need to do. So, get it done. Get it done, Joe. And I'm working on my Joe D Halloween costume here. So Bonesy says I just need to get an eggplant to shove in my pants and I'll be set.
All right, Dane, thank you for the super chat. We have another one coming in. Joe the Jet G coming in. Joe, welcome. If it's your first time here, man, thank you so much. Please subscribe and thank you for the super chat. JD has no idea on what he is doing. I can't say that. I can't say that I fully agree with that. I just don't think he's going to be reckless and throw out crazy money. I think he has a plan. I think we don't know the plan. Everyone was losing their minds at 3:00 on Monday during the tampering period. And we ended up with Morgan Moses and John Simpson. Baltimore had the #1 rushing attack in football last year, and we took 40% of their line. We took 40% of their starters. So there's a plan. It might not be the plan that we've all talked about and all of us in the chat and content creators have suggested, but there's a plan. I'm okay with where we're at because I know there's more work to be done and it's not a finished product yet. But once again, thank you. Appreciate the super chat. Scott, you're bringing all the money to the yard, man. The chat loves you.
I don't
Johnny
know about
Jimenez
that.
coming in.
You're pretty good at doing that.
Now, Johnny, is this question for me or for Scott? Who has a sexier face, Johnny or Dano? I mean, you both look like a dog's got its ass shaved and the dog's walking backwards. So it's just a matter of which kind of dog do you like?
I got to say Johnny, because when he smiles, someone gets pregnant. So it's got to mean Johnny.
And when Dane smiles, somebody files sexual harassment charges.
There you go.
Thank you, Johnny. Thank you for the super chat. And Johnny, you are now in the lead in the super chat challenge. So, what else you got? You got any rant? You know I love a good rant. You got anything on your mind that you have sat there and like, I can't type all this shit. I gotta voice it. You got a rant. You got some anger. You got some frustration with the Jets that you want to get off, even if it's an old school one that you've never got to air here.
You know what, Nick? I'm pretty calm. I've sat with a lot of coaches' families freaking out in the stands, and I'm always the one saying there's a lot of game left, and they're all looking like they're going to get sick because the game's not going right, or they're celebrating in the second quarter. And I stay pretty level-headed. I'm the only thing that'll make me really rant is somehow probably if Zach is still on the team.
All right, let's get into it. There's been some rumors that they tried to trade. There was a rumor that they tried to trade to, I believe, Arizona. And Arizona wanted us to give them a pick to take the salary, and we didn't. And that's when they pivoted and traded. Who did they trade? Was it Rondell Moore? They traded somebody to Atlanta
Rondell for the quarterback.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's going to come down to that. We're going to have to just send a pick off. I said it last night. I forget if it was on my channel or Adam's. But I said flat out, you're probably going to have to do the Jared Goff deal where you pay a pick to somebody that's higher than the pick you get in return just to get rid of the cap hit.
Here's my problem. If they keep him on the roster, somehow he's going to end up playing. So get him out of here. And I thought you started that Arizona rumor. I didn't know that was real.
Well, I did. That was totally made up because I thought about who could use a backup quarterback. And that came out earlier when that trade was announced. Somebody tweeted, one of the writers tweeted that the Jets or the Cardinals reached out and wanted the Jets to give them an earlier pick and then give the Jets back a 7th. But
you had Jeremy going with that one.
Yeah. Whenever I could bust his balls. Well, you were here when I think Dane, Johnny, and Knob were coming on the show, and he left and he ended the stream because I share his StreamYard.
Okay.
So that way we have access to it when we do the show together. We can both look at the comments and put everything up. So I've added my channel to it since that's the one I have saved and I don't have to keep logging in and logging out. So when I'm doing my show, he has access to it and vice versa. But I guess he's just guys, I got to go, and clicked it. He says it was unintentional, but one day I'll get the truth out of him. I'll get the truth out of him. All right, man. You got anything else in closing? I got Knob coming on next. I want to give him some airtime.
All right. I noticed someone wanted me to say something, or they wanted you to ask me something. But anyway, I know it was about Dante Foreman. Bring him in, running back number 2.
I'm okay with that. Somebody who's going to be $3 million or less. I think we learned from last year. Say again?
He will be. I think he was $2 million last year.
Yeah, you got him. I'm okay with somebody like Alexander Madison. He started when Cook left this year. He's got some experience, toting the rock on a big time offense. Because when they had Kirk Cousins, it was a big time offense with Jefferson out there. So, to spell Brees a little bit, I thought the best thing the Jets started doing last year, towards the end of last season, was having Cook go out on first down so that Brees Hall was available for second and third down. Because I don't want Brees Hall coming off the field on third down.
No,
I want him out there as a pass catcher. So there's no sense if you're gonna do a run play or a little play action, roll out to a tight end, have RB2 out there, and then bring in Brees as that weapon on third down.
Agree.
Hey, Blitz, I see that you just got here, man. Thanks for hanging out.
That's why it'd be nice to have a masher like Foreman, first down, 4 and 5 yards here and there.
Yeah, I think we need somebody that we can use Brees. But I don't want to run Brees in between the tackles on third down all the time. I'd rather get somebody else and have Brees be that all around, like McCaffrey. Yes, you can run McCaffrey up the middle, but you'd much rather bring in Elijah Mitchell or one of the other guys, Mason or whoever it was, and let them do it, and then use McCaffrey as your out in space type of guy.
Yeah, he was beat up the end of the year this year. He touched the ball too many times.
Yeah.
So, all right, get your next
All right,
guy.
man. Thank you so much, man, and I'm sure we'll see you in the chat.
I imagine.
And thank you for all your support, man. You've been a good addition to the chat, and I appreciate you.
All right, have a good night.
Talk soon, pal.
Right.
There you go. Scott Foster with his first appearance on air. You guys were pretty good to him. I thought it was going to be worse. I thought you guys, his friends, I thought you were going to get into him a little more than that. ICFOS. I wonder if we could trade Wilson to the CFL. I like it. Also, if it is your first time here, thank you. Please subscribe to the channel. I want to thank everybody. Like this week, I started off the week at 551, and it's Thursday, and I'm at 605. So to all of you who have been spreading the word, mentioning it in other channels, streams, which I am very appreciative of, you guys are awesome. But we're going to wrap up the show here. Nothing? I thought I'd get a reaction out of you. I thought you'd flip me off or something. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have cotton mouth right now. I am very dry. That's what she said. We are going to bring in the ladies' man. We are going to bring in the chef. We are going to bring in probably the only person that I know who's a bigger fan of midget wrestling. He, just like Scott, carries a wrench when he's in the chat. He's here to give us his thoughts. He has also won a Super Chat Challenge. Super Chat Challenge is whoever gives the last Super Chat of the evening wins an appearance on a future show. Here he is, Noobcraft. What's up, pal?
I don't fucking know. So first,
sorry to confuse you with such a tough question off the bat.
It's gnocchi, and I can't believe you haven't eaten this shit.
I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I called it Ganucci. How bad was that?
What's that? You Irish?
Thank you.
Fuck, man. So it's been like what, 16 years that the fucking Jets have been selling us broken shit. Yeah,
more
but
than
this
that, right?
fucking hoodie, dude. You see the logo on this shit? You see the fucking logo?
I see it.
It's fucking broken.
Oh shit!
It's fucking broken. They charged me $150 fucking for a hoodie.
That's how it got sent.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it got sent.
Yeah, it's fucking stitched like that shit, and like it's even fucking completed around the edge. So they send me this fucking broken shit. I say something back. They're like, ooh. And it's like,
here's what you do. I got your game plan right now. Take a deep breath. I got your plan. You're going to use the power of social media. Where'd you order it off of? Fanatics?
Fucking the Jets online store, whatever the fuck.
Okay. You're going to take a picture of it. You're going to post it. You're going to @ the New York Jets, @ the NFL shop, hashtag I got robbed. You're going to make a fucking stink. And somebody on their social media team is going to reach out to you and make it right. And then you got, that's like the Frank Thomas middle finger upper deck baseball card from back in the day. I think the broken one is cooler because now you're unique. As always,
like
you stand out.
I have the Billy Ripken fuckface hoodie is what I have.
I almost needed a new computer.
So fuck, man. For 15 fucking years, they've been selling us broken shit and being like, fuck it, whatever. However, this offseason hasn't been disappointing. I'm the first fucking person to come out and just be like, fucking fire Douglas.
You are?
The password on my fucking work computer is fire Douglas. So
you work with a guy named Douglas, or is that just for Joe D?
No, it's just for Joe D. Joe D. And I don't even fucking hate him that much, but it's just like, let's fucking go, keep it fucking moving. He hasn't done bad. Like the signings aren't fucking thrilling, but at the same time, like, dude, we're replacing chicken shit. So I mean, keep Rodgers upright, and it doesn't. I don't think the receivers matter. I don't think the running backs matter. I think if we can just put together a competent offensive line and then turn around in the first round, get another tackle, and then just hedge all the bets on not sucking up front, everything else should fall into place. Even like the defensive, we bring in the tackles, they're not as good as what we're getting rid of, but at the same time, like, it's the trade-off because you have this tremendous fucking defense and then the offense is equally bad. So level it out, move it forward.
All right. So I'm catching up with Twitter. All right. Nothing important. Just Keenan Allen tweeting. Thank you. Sharp Instincts changed. This background was made by Weed the People 732. So here you go. You got a new background. You don't have that stadium turf that you have to look at anymore.
I like the stadium.
So
it's fine.
how let's get into yours since it's your first time on the air. I think were you on once before in one of the drunken late night episodes, like when I first started doing them?
No? I'm trying to keep this face under wraps.
That's a good point. You don't want people to know where you're at.
No.
How did you become a Jet fan?
Fuck, man.
Lost
I
the
think
bet.
my first Jets memory is being a kid and my dad hanging like 4 different pennants up in my room, hoping I would pick the fucking Steelers one. And I grabbed the Jets one because it was green. Man, and I've just rode with it my whole life. We moved to fucking Atlanta. I went to every single game when they would come to town. Get thrown out every single time they would come to town. Man, I'm ride or die.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, it's hard.
A fan is ride or die when they're that angry about it. Because some people just shrug it off like, I don't give a fuck. Whatever they do, they do. If they do good, tell me. I'll start watching again. But here you are on a Thursday night in March wearing the defective Goldmine sweatshirt.
Oh, yeah.
Because you support the team and you're that much of a lunatic like the rest of us.
Oh, dude, I think the most pissed off I've been at the team was when they fucking re-signed Fitzpatrick. I tuned out for like 2 seasons just because I was like, no.
Really?
Nah, I was so fucking angry, dude. I probably only listened to them on the radio because I wouldn't watch a game. So I went and got serious and just listened to their games on the radio while I was working.
Nice.
It's just so infuriating, man. Like, you knew what he was going to be. We all knew what he was going to be. Cycle. He's great, gets a contract, sucks. Moves on, great, contract, sucks, moves on. We got a good season out of him, and then they fucking signed him.
I said yesterday, Gardner Minshew is the new Ryan Fitzpatrick. He'll have a nice game. He'll throw 4 touchdowns. Everyone will celebrate. He's got that quirky personality where he's not your clean-cut pretty boy quarterback. And then he'll throw 4 interceptions, and you'll lose by 30 in a game that everyone's picking you to win.
You slap a Fu Manchu and a denim vest on somebody, and everyone's going to fall in love. It's horseshit.
Yeah, that's bad.
I'm happy with Tyrod, though, man. Tyrod's fine. Shit, at least we're not looking at Trevor Siemian and fucking Boyle.
Boyle on my ass.
Jesus Christ. That made me so mad, the fact that we didn't even attempt. Like, Simeon was just a slap in the face, man. It's like...
Yeah, you're right. You're right, man. It's been a long list of characters who've attempted to play quarterback. Can't even say played quarterback. Attempted.
We're turning into that fucking Browns jersey where it's just tape it over, write it in.
Couch, Detmer, Brian Whedon,
Fry.
It was a kid from Notre Dame.
Jason Campbell.
Pfizer?
God, I would cut my fucking leg off for Jason Campbell as our backup last year. That's how bad it was, man.
I'm going to Google that now.
God, what was it like? It's like 27 quarterbacks or some shit.
Since, when they came back. All right, Watson, Brissett, Mayfield, Tyrod Taylor, Deshaun Kaiser, not Pfizer, Kaiser, Robert Griffin, Cody Kessler, Josh McCown, Johnny Manziel, Brian Hoyer, Brandon Whedon, Colt McCoy, Tim Couch. Wow. It's interesting names.
Yeah, that's what we're looking at now.
All right, here's all of them that started from 99 when they came back. Couch, Detmer, Doug Peterson, Spurgon Wynn, Kelly
Jesus.
Holcomb, Jeff Garcia, Luke McCown, Trent Dilfer, Charlie Fry, Derek Anderson, Brady Quinn, Ken Dorsey, Bruce Gradkowski, Colt McCoy, Jake Delhomme, Seneca Wallace, Thad Lewis,
Here too.
Brian Hoyer, Brandon Whedon, Connor Shaw, Johnny Manziel, Austin Davis, Robert Griffin III, Cody Kessler, Kevin Hogan, Deshaun Kaiser, Baker Mayfield, Tyrod Taylor, Case Keenum, Nick Mullins, Jacoby Brissett, Deshaun Watson, and then this year, Deshaun Watson, Joe Flacco, Dorian Thomas Robertson, PJ Walker, and Jeff Driscoll.
That's an aneurysm.
I said I had dry mouth earlier. I don't know if there's enough fluid to make my mouth moist. Say it, gentlemen. Say it as a layup for all of you.
Oh.
So, you
Yeah,
all right?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Bowers is off the table. He's going to Atlanta. There's no way that he gets that far down and they don't take him.
You think?
Oh my God, yeah. Like having lived there for as long, like 27 years, like that team is just as bad as we are. And they see him homegrown talent type shit and they're gonna jump all over it. I would eye for them to trade Pitts at that point. Like if Bowers falls down, Pitts hasn't had a great run of it. They'll take what they can get for him. Take Bowers.
Did you see the press conference?
For
Kirk Cousins had the press conference, and they asked him about number 8 because Pitts has number 8. And Kirk Cousins said to him, in his dorky way, like Kirk Cousins is the most lovable dork in the NFL.
Oh, he's the Danny
right?
Tanner of the fucking
yeah,
NFL.
Exactly. But I wonder if he's Bob Saget off the set. You know what I mean? You know how Bob Saget was like one of the filthiest comics ever. So I wonder if what he said was, I talked to Pitts about number 8, and he said he'd give it to me. And I was like, oh, no, let me. I want to give you something for it. Let me write a check to your charity or foundation, whatever. And Pitts goes to him, no, man, I just want targets. Like that's like just throw me the ball.
Oh
Wouldn't that
God.
be wild?
Imagine,
Then they just moved him.
yeah, I mean, if Bowers falls, like Bowers is a commodity, they'll get all the name recognition, and they do anything to sell. I mean, it's they're fucking rough, dude.
He goes, can you repeat that with all the names I read?
Yeah. So
all
I
right,
wouldn't. I mean, so who would buy in on Pitts is what I guess I'm.
I don't know. Would be an interesting move.
But
Or
they're stupid.
you keep Pitts and you use them both together, right? Like Brady had great success with the Murderer and Gronk.
And you ever seen the pictures of his brain?
No, but I have a feeling that I'm going to message them, so I will shortly.
No, I was
I'll let you.
literally looking at them today. It was like cross sections of his brain and how rotted away it was from the CTE.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
he had the worst case of CTE ever. And you look at it and it's just a whole straight up. It's fucking crazy.
Wow.
It's fucking crazy.
I know Junior Seau had a really bad case.
Yeah. Well, I would imagine it. Like Seau did way more physical. But,
Yeah, well, he had the longer career, and he was playing when you could lead with your head and just smash people. And even when you took a block on, you hit with your head and speared people with the front of your helmet nonstop.
Yeah, back when they used to kill each other, and it was fun to watch.
Yeah, but it's at least they're doing things to fix it, right? Because you don't want horror stories like that. You don't want players that you or your kids idolized and blowing their brains out or committing suicide. It's or killing people. It's horrible.
No, nobody. Well, OJ is a fun story.
Yeah. Oh, some breaking news, not affecting the Jets, but this is a player that some people wanted. Safety Cam Curl. The Rams are signing former Commander safety Cam Curl to a 1-year deal worth up to $13 million. So a little late night breaking news here. Oh, it's 11:53 on March 14th. I got to text my sister happy birthday before it ends.
Ooh, you waited the whole fucking day.
Oh, that's why I do it every year. And the best part is 2 of her best friends have the same birthday, and I'll post on each of their Facebook pages for her to see, to my favorite person ever born on March 14th, happy birthday. And I won't like send it to her till like now or like the next morning, be like, oh, sorry, I was busy yesterday, I forgot. She's like, you asshole, I saw that you messaged them. I'm like, I like them.
Are you the oldest?
I am.
Yeah, that's the shit we do.
Yeah. You guys know me. I'm a prick.
It's the shit we do.
Happy birthday. I will tell you a sad story about that, and this is where I get it. My dad's when my dad was alive, him and his sister was older, and his sister would always call him later at night. She worked long hours. She'd get home 8:30. She'd call and say, Nick, hey, I just wanted to wish you happy birthday. It was December 12th, I think it was 2016, and get a call from that house and that number at like 7:45 in the morning. And my mom said, like, my dad, like, Dan, oh, it's my sister. She's calling me early this year. Answers the phone. It was my Uncle Ted. She had a heart attack and passed away in her sleep and died on his birthday. That is not made up. I know I have a smirk look on my face, but that's the luck that like my family has.
Oh, that's crushing, dude.
Yeah.
That's the worst. That's like the worst, dude.
Not only am I leaving you, little brother, but I'm gonna fuck your birthday. Well, I'll put a fun twist on it. It's not fun at all, but you know, I'm being sarcastic when I say that. My dad only had 2 more birthdays before he passed. So it wasn't like he had to live with that for a long time.
I got a morose one for you. I had this job, got fucking food poisoning, sick as fuck, can't stop puking, can't stay off the toilet, end up in the hospital after like 5 days. They got a IV, all that shit. I'm in there overnight. I come home, but I can't stop throwing up. So they say, hey, we're going to give you this promethazine to keep you from throwing up, but you got to shove it up your fucking ass, because they gave me the suppository. I get home and I'm having trouble getting it in, and
That's what she said.
Oh, dude, I was like 26, and I had to get my mom to show me how to put the fucking suppository in. And I'm embarrassed, and I'm laying there, and I say, this shit, nothing can get fucking worse than this shit. This is like the most fucking miserable moment of my life. And I'm laying there on the couch feeling like a fucking asshole. And then the phone rings at like 2 a.m. My grandfather died.
Oh.
Then I had to ride from fucking Atlanta to Tom's River with the fucking goddamn suppository up my ass for 17 fucking hours.
How many stops on the side of the road?
Oh, fuck, dude. With food poisoning, we were stopping like every 20 minutes.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, it sucked ass, dude.
Yeah, I need happier stories. Well, some of my stories are great. Some of them are about a stripper getting naked in the car.
The story was sad, dude.
Some of them are good. I mean, you gotta drop a sad one every once in a while, like the story of my fucking life, to appreciate the stripper getting naked in the car with me. So
strippers are terrific, though.
There, I've had a lot. I've had more fun than I'd ever like to admit with them. Like, yeah, I can't even get into that story. My kid watches this channel.
I got a hooker story.
My kid watches this channel.
Well, no, there was no intercourse involved.
Okay.
I work in a hotel, right?
Then go.
So I work in a hotel, and during COVID, man, the amount of prostitutes that started staying in the hotels was insane. And like every time the stimulus checks would come out, executive floor, all prostitutes.
Okay.
And super limited. So I'm cooking the food, running it up to the rooms, coming back, and I get a room service order. I take it up. Super good looking girl, man. So I'd bring her beer, I'd bring her food. 20 minutes later, she'd order another beer, ask for me. Do this all day. And like every time I'd go up to the room, she'd just be wearing like one less article of clothing. Go next day, same thing. And I'm just like, I'm looking at my boss. I'm like, this sucker's trying to get me to come into the room. And I'm not buying it. Third day, go up. And like the fourth day,
Hold
I
on.
looked at my boss.
Swiss Pete's, this might be the nicest comment anyone's ever said in the chat. Let me just I'm sorry to interrupt you there, but
You're
for
good.
Swiss Pete, you're new here. The second hour of the Thursday night throwdown, people who win the super chat challenge, which is whoever gives the last super chat of a previous show, gets to come on. We kind of have an open like bullshit session, get to meet them. Noobcraft has been very generous with super chat, so we're here talking everything. All right, go ahead. I just wanted to explain it. And if you're new here, Swiss, please subscribe. And if you have already, thank you, good sir.
So it's like a total breach of the rules to do anything with any kind of guest in the hotel. Fourth day, though, this chick has now worn me down. And I looked at my boss. I was like, I show up there today, and she's not wearing anything again. I'm going in the room. And she's like, dude, at this point, you might as well do it. Get the call, orders her Coors Light. I go up to the room. She's naked, except today, huge cold sore. And I was just like, yes, goodbye. And then I just wouldn't go back up to the room after that shit. I would send the girls upstairs.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, abstinence.
Thank you. Thank you for joining. Any closing thoughts or messages to the guys in the chat?
Who, for me?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dane needs to stop talking shit about my majestic hair. It's a lion's mane.
It is. How long is it? That's the whole way around?
Oh, dude, I fucking blew it the fuck out. So this is just like, I had my head totally shaved, and now it's up to this. I'm growing it.
But when I first met you, you had long hair.
Yeah.
Didn't you?
It's gonna
Yeah,
be long
you
again.
yeah.
This was like 3 months from bald. So.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I'm old, man. I can't grow nothing.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk shit about my hair. We all wish we had this head of hair.
Nice. All right,
Either
man.
way, man.
Awesome. Thank you
Love
for your
you.
support. Love you too, bro.
man.
Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for your support. And Zebo asks, he's a chef.
Yeah, I'm a
He's
chef.
he manages a restaurant for a hotel, I believe, right?
Yeah, I work at an undisclosed hotel.
Undisclosed.
Yeah, undisclosed, although I'm not hard to find.
All right, man. I look forward to talking more in the future.
Yeah,
on air, off air, text, midget
know how to do
DMs, everything.
Always with the midgets, dude. I found a midget on Tinder today. It's gonna happen.
Nice.
You're getting
Send
pictures.
Yeah.
All right, man, see ya.
That's it. Be good, buddy. Thanks so much. All right. All right, let's get a few more Jets questions in, and then I'm going to wrap it up. What we got here? Let's throw a couple Jets questions out there. I want to thank everybody tonight. I feel like every show I'm hitting a new personal high with viewers. I had to add that in for you sick freaks. But thank you. It means a lot to me, man. I was doing shows on Friday nights for 6 people. One of them was my phone open to it, like just to make it look like there was an extra person there. And now tonight, I think I hit up to 85 at one point. I appreciate all you guys taking time out of your lives to sit here, listen to me, and talk Jets and go on some tangents sometimes. It's pretty cool. I appreciate all of you. Thank you. And the growth that the channel's showing and the support and you guys telling me, sending me messages on Twitter, texts, groups. I know I come off like a tough bravado asshole, but that shit means a lot to me. And for those of you that have done it, you know how much it means to me. So thank you, everybody. All right, here we go. Swiss Pete's. I like it. Sounds like Swiss Beats. I'm concerned. I'm concerned. I am the proud New York Jet fan. I am probably the most positive person when it comes to the Jets you will ever meet. I always believe they can find a way to make it work. I always believe it's going to happen. And the guys that we have are good enough, and the decisions that we make are going to be the right ones. I wanted Curtis Samuel very badly. Since October, I have been screaming about getting Curtis Samuel and having him in the slot and having him work the middle of the field with Rodgers. And I called him a poor man's Debo. I am pissed. I am pissed off big time that he's in our division. I am. For 3 years, $24 million. You better make a better move, Jets. You better make a bigger move than that. You can't let them get better than us at the position. I would be very, very upset. Yeah, I hear that all the time. I hear that all the time. Ladies love my voice. They do. I'm not being like an arrogant or making shit up. Women love my voice. And guys do too. I think Rick the other night said in the chat on Jeremy's channel, Nick's got a great voice. So I got this face though. That's why I got to grow the beard to help cover it. But I do got the baby blue eyes, and the ladies love those too. So it's a nice combo. So we'll see. We'll see. Something happens, I'll hop on. I'll come on air. Not like that, you sick bastards. I know some of you are already typing. But I'll pop on. I'll do a show. Could we make a move? Do we make a trade? Do we sign Tyler Boyd? What do we do? What's it going to be, Joe? I hate that I'm leaving the show almost 2 hours in and we don't have a goddamn answer. Again. I hate it. I wanted it last night. I wanted it tonight. I wanted breaking news that we got the goddamn receiver. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, Boyd is there. Hollywood Brown's gone tonight. Like, here, let's look. 606 subs. You guys are fucking awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Push for 700 is on. Oh, NFL wide receiver free agents. All right. Let's see who's left. Mike Williams, Allen Robinson, Beckham, no. Tyler Boyd, okay, I'd be all right with him. Thomas, no. Michael Thomas, no. Valdez Scantling, no. DJ Shark, I wouldn't love it. No. Cole Hardman's available. Braxton Berrios is available. Randall Cobb's available. It's weird. Guys that have played for us are available and nobody wants to sign them. That's weird. I mean, there's not. I mean, Laquan Treadwell, I think he was a first-round pick years ago. KJ Osborne's not too bad. You know, Donovan Peoples-Jones doesn't do enough. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. E. Higgins, maybe. Thanks, Mess. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for your support, good sir. I don't know if it's... Well, let's look at it this way, Zebo. How many times have we been the aggressor in free agency and we fell flat on our face? So maybe changing the approach, right? What's the definition of insanity? It's doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Maybe we use the more conservative approach. So, man, I don't know. I think somebody said DJ Moore trade. What's up, Slime? Welcome back, man. Good to see you here again. I don't think it happens. They just traded for him. You want Allen, Moore? Who'd they sign for running back? Not Josh Jacobs. Who'd the Bears sign? Didn't the Bears get a running back? Help me out, guys. Did the Bears sign someone for running back? I'm trying to catch up in the chat. Anyone? But I don't think they trade more. I think that's a very good tandem. You got Cole Kmet, you got Keenan Allen, you got DJ Moore, you got Herbert with speed. You can very well take another weapon, quarterback and a weapon. You could sell off number one and change your entire. Excuse me, hiccup. You can change your entire franchise if you're the Bears. I don't think they move him at all, bro. Well, I mean, he can't do worse, right, pal? He can't do worse. I mean, the only way to go for him is up. I don't think they wanted the $23 million hit, Frank, for 1 year. He's got $18 million, and then on the 5th day of the new league year, which would be Sunday, he gets another $5 million bonus. So if the Bears can take that hit, we can't. It would lock us up, really. No reports yet. The only report I saw about the Bengals today is that Mekhi Becton was expected to visit there or went there for a visit. That was the only news I saw, which might be their replacement for Jonah Williams. You know, I wish him well. I don't got nothing bad to say about Becton. He dealt with a lot of shit here from the media and the fans. I wish him well. I think he handled it okay. Yes, but this whole generation now with Twitter and blocking people and whatever, they live in their feelings, this younger generation. They don't have tough skin. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Comment of the night. This fan base was hyped for Le'Veon Bell, Tremaine Johnson, Justin McCarrance, Dalvin Cook. We can go on and on and on with guys that we gave good money to and didn't work out and were absolute dog shit. Swift. Thank you. Yeah. Swift went there. Thanks, guys. I just caught up to this in the chat. I knew I was forgetting somebody. I appreciate all of you. Jay, Margaret, Scott, Nathan, Armand, AJ Osborne. Thank you. I forgot. So, all right, guys. I'm trying to catch up in the chat. Hopefully, you'll see this face again before Sunday night. It means that we made some moves. I want to thank everybody for hanging out. I want to thank everybody. Steve Rivera, Boba Jet, Dano, Joe the Jet G, Johnny Jimenez for the super chats. You guys are awesome. Oh, one more question. Johnny always waits till I'm saying goodbye to come up with a question. Fucking Knicks fan, man. Jeez. What about what Huff said? I said he wanted to go someplace with a good culture and that wins games. He never had a winning record as a Jet. So, not one season. So, you can't blame him for wanting to win. I don't think it's a dig. I just think it's a fair assessment of what it's been for his career. I think he's ever had a winning season. So, oh, there you go, Dane. That's why Dane's a producer in training. I did pass the air brake part of the exam. I am good with my testing. I was supposed to have the sleep apnea test delivered today and take it tonight and ship it back tomorrow, but it did not show up today. So since I'm diabetic and I take insulin to drive a CDL truck and have the Department of Transportation approved, you need to take a sleep apnea test to see if you need the BiPAP to breathe. They want to make sure you're getting good sleep and you're not a safety risk on the road. That if I do have it and I need the mask, it doesn't stop me from getting the job. It's just a box that needs to get checked off. I'm waiting for that to happen. I'll ship that back. So latest they'll get it. And now it's going to be Tuesday. So it takes a day or two for them to get the results processed and call me. And then if I need the BiPAP, I'm probably not leaving here on the 24th. I'm going to be pissed if I have to wait till Easter to leave. So it's just medical right now. Everything else is done. I'm just waiting on medical approval. So we will see. But still doing the tests. You know, I want to get the information fresh in my head for when I get there. I'm going to start watching the videos for the pre-trip walk around. I did get approved for Ozempic today, which is good. That's supposed to help take weight off, and that's supposed to help lower my A1C. My A1C right now is an 8.6. It was a 13.8 13 months ago. So it's still coming down, but I want to get lower. That's what she said. So, yeah, it is, Mo. It is. It's the reason I don't have my big toe. For those of you new to the channel, last summer I had knee surgery. Replaced my ACL in my left knee. 4 weeks later, I fell down the stairs over here, coming down with dinner. Bruised my ribs, sprained my neck, pulled my groin, twisted my ankle, dropped the whole fucking plate of pizza rolls. And didn't even feel the toe, being diabetic. Come home the next day, take off the sock. My toe has 2 purple stripes on it. 36 hours later, I have 103 fever. I'm 2 sweatshirts on under 2 large comforters in the first week of June in a room with no air conditioning. They diagnosed it wrong. And 21 days later, they took my large toe off. So if you do have health issues, a little public service announcement here at the end of the show. For those who are still here watching, thank you. Appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. Take care of your health. Take care of your health. If you're young, don't let your health go. If you're older, don't think it's too late. Always make some changes. So, to everyone who's watched and hung out the entire night, thank you. I appreciate all of you. To all the new subscribers. Yeah, Mess, I'm signing off now. To all the new subs, thank you. A lot of good stuff coming your way. A lot of good guest characters coming on. Sunday night, Shine Time, 9 p.m. Maybe we'll do a mock. We'll see where we are in free agency. And keep an eye out for a pop-up. I'm going to try to be doing some shorts or some posting some videos on the channel. Appreciate all your support. Tonight's winner is Mr. Jimenez. So, Johnny, we'll get you on the air next Thursday, brother. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night. As always, be loud, be proud, New York Jets fans. Go Jets.
And now, welcome to Pride and Chaos.
Welcome to the darkest year of our adventures. Oh, yeah!
And now, give it up for Jeremy and Nick.
Now you scared me.
And as usual, Nick is wrong.
Why are you the way that you are? God, I can't stand you.
Let's go to eat a damn snack.
Whoa, that was cool.
Dane decided tonight of all nights on March 15th of 2024, he wanted to tell everybody he has a tiny, proud penis. Thank you for the super chat, Dane. You have topped Johnny. You are on top of him. You ride him. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, guys. I am ending the stream right now. Stop typing. Dane wins.